Vivi, I wanted to thank you guys for sincerely reaching out to Tim while I was there, because this was a lot for him. So that meant a lot to my family. So thank you so much. And I know it wasn't a political agenda. It wasn't anything but caring about us. And so I just wanted to thank you guys so much for that. Thank you. I just want to stay strong for them. I wanted everybody to know that it was fine. People go to jail and they get out. It's fine, but it's not obviously not something I was used to.
Yeah.
So scary, but when people reach out with true authenticity, and that was huge for him. It was the first thing when I got to finally talk. They're so excited too.
Well, I'm excited to be here.
Come on in, come on in.
Thank you for everything you guys are doing.
These are the real heroes, I'll tell you what, because they were threatened to get their licenses taken away, and they came in, and this is my little family, so we appreciate you coming in.
Excited to be back to work.
Well, we're thrilled to be with you, and know the whole state of Texas is standing with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your courage.
Thank you. Yeah, looks like you need your haircut.
I have not had a haircut in about 3 months.
Oh my God, yes, okay. Hey, actually, I like it. It looks pretty good. This is Maria. She's going to cut your hair.
Very good to meet you.
Hello. And, 1 second. Let her sanitize all of her stuff for you. So did you just come in from out of town?
Thank you.
Just flew in this morning and flying back this afternoon. So very quick trip.
Well,
just came to be here.
Thank you. That means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
How are you holding up?
It's adrenaline right now, but we're super excited, and we're already our plans to share the love and wealth that we've been given is already in place. So we're excited.
All right. Is it a men's haircut?
Maria, are you nervous?
Yes.
So Maria does my hair, so you're in great hands.
Wonderful.
But as far as the others,
Thank you.
never be so wrong.
Thank you for your support. This is a big deal for our little.
Okay, what is
I can hang it up for you. Thank you, sir.
You're not smiling. How are we supposed to take your picture?
How will you know we're going to be smiling with the camera?
I'm giving you a hard time. Sorry, sir. Is there any way they can pull them just a little?
Sure.
Maria, are you nervous?
She's like,
Yes. I'm going to be honest, yes. Actually, I met you 7 years ago because I worked in Brett's campaign.
Oh, wonderful.
So I met you years ago. But, I mean, you're still wonderful, and you're still important, and you're great. So that's all that matters. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Oh, okay. How do you like your hair?
Just pretty much the same thing, but short. Just
It's a
short parted on the side.
Pretty hair.
I feel like everybody's already on top of it.
all right.
She told me to stand here. Just bump me out of the way.
Shelley, can you and Ted look for me so I can get this for y'all? Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Oh, look at her. Smile.
Yeah.
With your teeth, perfect.
No, you can see it in the eyes. You can see it in the eyes. Can you shut this, please?
I certainly can.
Thank you.
No free publicity for you, sir. I'm kidding. Now, if you're trying to get a mohawk.
You want the whole thing buzzed, right?
Whoa.
How were your travels? Everything good?
It was good. There were actually a surprising number of people on the Southwest flight up here.
Wow.
I think there were 75 people on the flight, so
Was everybody wearing a mask?
Yes, ma'am.
pretty much.
I don't have anything open for today for
I
that.
didn't know. I heard they were trying to, some of the airlines were trying to make it mandatory for everybody to wear masks. I don't know how that's going to fly, but
When I flew back from DC to
This
Houston,
is
everyone.
Salon, Alamo.
yeah.
don't think Southwest had made it mandatory.
And
but
who's
most-
gonna get an egg?
Does the same thing too.
And Allison won.
Did someone make your mask for you?
Yeah, we have a tailor we work with, and she made the mask and was selling them, and then I think donating the proceeds to
Awesome.
first responders who are dealing with COVID-19.
She should make them to match your ties and stuff. That would be really cool. Hopefully we don't have these for the longest time,
Yeah,
but
let's hope so.
it would be kind of cool if she could give you some, or a matching hanky or something like that. Make it cool while we have to do it.
I went online and ordered a couple of Houston Rockets masks.
Oh, that's
But they
awesome.
haven't arrived.
Okay, that'll
No
be
Dallas
super
Mavericks?
cool. He's not from this area.
So I'm a Houston boy, although I cheer for every Texas team.
There you go. All the Texans. Logan. You're okay. Right over here. What's happening? Just tell me to move. Just tell me to move. It's all right. I just called her over here. That's fine.
Sorry.
It's all right.
We just wanted to try to get a picture of her.
Not easy to do with all the masks.
No, not easy, but we
I feel
we
like
don't have no choice.
it's so hard to hear.
We don't have no choice. So
I'm gonna go that way. I don't want to hit you in the head with a camera.
We don't know what to do with all of these celebrities coming in lately. I missed Miss Palin when I was held up for a little couple days. That's funny.
Well, I will say your remarks to the judge were powerful.
Thank you.
And
Well, it was just heartfelt, and
well, that's why it was so powerful.
thank you. Thanks.
So are you holding up okay? How is...
I'm doing well. I'm more concerned about everybody's lives that I changed that didn't ask for this. It's that's kind of a lot of weight for me right now. So I'm just trying to manage it all and keep it as normal as possible. So
The glare of the media attention can be a little crazy.
yeah, and I mean it's something that I kind of knew going in, and you know, with 3 helicopters over. I mean, my daughter is in high school, and 3 helicopters over our house all the time. So watching her feed, we rescue horses, and she's out there feeding horses. She's like, Mom, and I'm like, just do whatever you normally do. Just it's fine. But we definitely had to up our security a little bit already. So it comes with it. It's fine, and and it's not like you. I think mine will die down a little bit eventually. I think, but I'm just gonna try to do good with what I've been given this gift.
Well, you are speaking for a lot of people.
Thank you.
And that's important.
Yeah, it's too long that we've kind of just been told what to do and follow along, and everybody's scared, you know, and it's like, I've never been to jail before, and I don't want to. My dad was a master gunny sergeant in the Marines, so I'm like a rule follower. I was a school teacher for 13 years. I taught Spanish in high school.
Did you really?
I did, and so you know, my life ran by bells, and I had to be somewhere at a certain second. So like doing that was definitely out of character for me. But every step of the way, and I was telling Phoebe, I was telling her I just felt a pull in a certain direction, and I just followed my heart, and that's how it all happened. So now I come out of jail, and my life is the opposite of what it was before, and so I'm just trying to like stay humble and.
And look, I think most Texans, most people want to see a reasonable balance. I mean, we want to do what we can to stop this disease.
Right.
But at the same time, we've got to live our lives and provide for our family.
Right.
And it, you know, I think in some instances it's gotten too crazy on one side or the other, and you
Right.
just got to...
And I don't want to hurt anybody. Like, I didn't want, you know, a lot of people were like, how is a haircut worth someone's life? And I'm like, it's not. But like when my stylists can't feed their own kids, that's their lives too. And people can make a choice whether they want to come in or not. They don't have a choice to either, you know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, and I just didn't want to be the reason why, I didn't want to be the person in the way of them not being able to provide for their family, so.
You know, I'll say, so I haven't had a haircut probably 3 months, and the Senate was back in session this week, and I couldn't help but look around at my colleagues.
Correct.
And it sure looked like just about all of them had had a haircut a lot more recently than I had.
Yes, sir. And you know what? I applaud you for doing as you say for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like saying, no, we have to follow these rules, but you actually sticking to those because locally here, Clay Jenkins, who's been kind of the arrowhead of all of this against me, he's definitely had, I mean, we're professionals, we know.
Right.
His hair dyed and high and tight on the sides, and that's not 6 to 8 weeks of grow out, sir. It is not, and we've had in Beaumont, and all of these officials who are supposed to lead by example are not doing as they say and putting people in jail or citing them for something they do themselves. And that's not okay, you know, and so it's really an honor to meet someone that could have gotten a haircut. You could have easily had someone come to your house, obviously, and didn't. And that means a lot. So thank you for leading by example.
Thank you. You'll appreciate, my wife Heidi was saying that if I kept at it, I'd start bringing mullets back in style.
She didn't like your long hair a little bit? A little bit? Like, I mean, it didn't look bad. It's kind of a good look on you.
When I was in high school, I had hair down in that ear.
Oh, you did?
It was a different age, it was a different
Yeah.
era,
I mean, it looks good what Maria's doing now, but I bet it was cool to kind of rock a longer look for a while and not so uptight all the time, you know, kind of rocking like
Good morning, Kevin.
a longer cut. And you have the curl in your hair, which makes it a little easier. When it's super straight, it kind of doesn't sit like that.
Yeah, when it gets longer, it starts to get curlier. And
Well, you're lucky to have all that hair too. Yeah.
I'm fine with it turning gray as long as it sticks around.
You know what I'm telling you? That the silver is kind of a style these days, and so there's a lot of people that have dyed their hair that color. It's actually cool. So there you go.
Well, BB and her daughter Audrey are my
Oh,
cousins.
this is your daughter?
This is BB's daughter.
Oh,
so-
BB's daughter. Okay, hi, nice to meet you.
And you can see the curly hair and the Cuban.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Cubanas.
Yeah. Gotta rep it somehow.
You know what? That's good because you have so many choices. I know you probably hated it growing up. I can't do anything. When people with curly hair, they want straight, and it's the opposite. But
Well, Ted had locks when he was little.
oh, that's
He
awesome.
had,
Well, you see my boyfriend Tim's hair. Tim. This is, I don't know. But
Yeah.
you see his hair. And so, yeah. But I'm not a hairstylist, and I actually broke down with kitchen scissors and cut his hair. Even when the shop was open, because we had so many people lined up, we ourselves were not going to cut in the line and say, no, we're more important than someone else. You know what I mean? So I just got the kitchen scissors at home. Probably had to wipe off chicken guts or something, but like cut his hair, just like horrible. But hey, I mean, it's better than it was. That's looking really good though. It probably feels good to have it cleaned up.
Definitely does. I was feeling a little BB's.
I don't know, maybe you were a little more incognito that way. People weren't used to it.
I gotta say, with all of us wearing masks, we're all kind of incognito.
A little bit, except for people know me this is how they met me. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm more incognito without the mask because this is how people see me these days.
It makes it weird because you can't smile at people and
And they don't know your intentions. Like you're walking by. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I did also want to, BB, I wanted to thank you guys for sincerely reaching out to Tim while I was there because this was a lot for him. So that meant a lot to my family. So thank you so much. And I know it wasn't a political agenda. It wasn't anything but caring about us. And so I just wanted to thank you guys so much for that.
what happened to you was wrong. And it is easy under that pressure to buckle. And you didn't, and that was inspiring.
Thank you. I just want to stay strong for them. I wanted everybody to know that it was fine. People go to jail and they get out. It's fine, but it's not obviously not something I was used to.
Yeah.
So scary, but when people reach out with true authenticity, and that was huge for him. It was the first thing when I got to finally talk to him. It was the first thing he told me.
Now, did you grow up here in Dallas?
I grew up all over the place because my dad was a Marine, but mostly in California.
Whereabouts?
Irvine. I went to Irvine High School. And then I got a softball scholarship to UT Arlington, and
What position?
shortstop.
Very nice.
And so I came out here in '93 and stayed. So I love Texas.
My wife is a California native.
Oh, is she from where?
San Luis Obispo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
And our youngest daughter, Catherine, is a softball player.
Oh, really?
She's 9.
Oh, really? So what does she play?
You know, she's played all over, mostly in field. She's pitched a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of that age where they're trying to figure out what they do.
Third base is what she's played the most. She's played.
So she's got an arm. That's awesome.
She's a tough little athlete.
I love it. I love the scrappy athletes. So anything like that.
I think actually my favorite play of hers was when she was a pitcher. And runner was coming from third base. Charged the girl and knocked the poor little girl down and leveled her. I mean, it was a check out of hockey.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for the other little girl. But
It's hard not to like scream, but you're just like, oh, but inside you're like, yes.
She was not going to let that girl get the hope.
I love it. I love it. I love that.
It was determined.
That's awesome.
Did you like a little shorter on the size?
Sure, a little bit short.
So yeah, that's good. Well, I used to give hitting lessons, so if she ever needs any, I will definitely help out. That was
bummed because the team she was on this year was really good, and then obviously the season was.
That's so sad. I did have some coaches contact me because I guess they knew I played softball, and they want to bring all their girls in to get haircuts, and these are girls that were, you know, seniors and juniors. Scouts, it's the time where scouts were looking at them, you know, and it was a travel club team. And so I felt so bad for them, you know, and all these seniors in high school, they didn't get to go to their prom, and just all of these things that they look forward to. And later in life, they won't think it's that big a deal, I don't think, but right now it's everything to them, so.
It's got to be tough for seniors.
I know.
For that in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, you only have one senior year.
Right, and they went to school all these years, you know, and you're going to graduate online or whatever. That's so, it's crazy. Especially the valedictorians, you know, and people that just, man.
Well, there's so many memories, things like prom, that not sure what's going to happen, if anything.
Probably nothing. Probably nothing. Maybe they can, maybe in a year or two they can have like a reunion type thing, an early reunion, and have their prom, and it would be, just give them something, you know. But I don't know. This whole thing is just so out of. I felt like this whole time too, when I was getting in trouble so much, they were kind of making up the rules as they went along because there was no precedence of what was happening, and you would look at one person and they would say one thing and the other one's like, I don't know, and then, you know what I mean? And so that's what I kind of felt was unfair too, with just, they didn't know what to do, so they were just making up whatever.
Yeah, I didn't realize it.
You're seeing things being forced and trained the way it was.
Right. Let's get back if you need me to.
Dad, water, playing softball in Colorado, being thrown with arrested.
The woman in Idaho that got arrested off the playground. Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's when people are taking their authority to the extreme, and those people don't deserve to have that authority if they can't control themselves. They're there to protect us and have compassion. And they weren't hurting anybody. They already lived in the same house together. Like,
I don't know if you saw the video in California where
I did. They've done it here too. They built a skate park in Saxe, taxi tech, yeah. And it's like, that's just showing the kids it's never going to open. Because you know how long it's going to take them to clean that up, and whose priority is that, honestly? Like, who's going to do that? So, it's happened in several places. It's not good for you, and the suicide rate, and I feel like the aftermath of all of this, you know, we're not ticking numbers like the deaths of COVID, but I think the aftermath is going to be way worse than the actual COVID deaths, and sadly, a lot of those are going to be silent deaths that we'll never hear about and know what truly happened, but it's really sad. And I've had people come here and say, because of their business, they said when they saw me on TV that they decided not to end their life. Like, this is how, this is why I was able to stand up. I couldn't stop at that point when people are coming in. And I had a guy come in here to donate money to my legal fees who's had cancer 4 times. And he said, I'm the last person that needs to be out, but no one needs to stay at home because I'm sick. He's saying this, you know, but he came in here with a mask on and gloves and handed me money and hugged me. And he's had cancer 4 times. And I mean, his immunity, you know, like his autoimmune is not good. So just seeing it from all views, and of course we get the critics and things, you know, but it's mostly been 95% of people appreciating what we did.
I had to almost forcibly restrain my father not to come this morning. He's 81 and he desperately wants to be here. And I'm just like,
yeah, no.
Just stay home.
Yeah, Tim's dad is the same, has a heart condition and stuff, and he was actually Secret Service for several of the former presidents and things, and obviously this is a huge thing for him, and we're like, we just got to stay home. And
my dad's in good health, and he thinks he's invulnerable, but at 81, just
you just it's not worth the risk, and those people need to be smart. But the rest of us kind of need to carry the world for a little bit.